my time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, move it. We making movies, moving. I get a chance and take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Atlanta Falcons. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Here's Damiere Byrd to return from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here's Sims now from his end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball...
into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. First down, and they'll start with Algier. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Credit that play defensively to Marcus Peters. He got downhill in a hurry. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. He gets 12 on the keeper there, but now it's 3rd down. And this, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window. That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Here we go on 4th down. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And this is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 33 yards that time.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Desmond Ridder taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Bird to return from his end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Mariota now. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And this is incomplete. The Falcons at 500 hit 6-6. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Rolling to his right. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to get the football here at their own 23.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Looking for Austin, intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. First and 10, it's Patterson. And he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw, Mariota. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, When a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And this is caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. He got 29 yards that time. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Tariq Cohen with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Bird to return from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception. He's got a man complete. 20. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play, they max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they can...
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Tyler Algier taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads. Yeah, he's got a man complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Cohen. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run.
Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now up to 14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Bird to return from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one, they've got to take care of business first. It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Mariota. And that is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Mariota. That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 41-yard line. They go play action. Mariota. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 40 yards after the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Mariota to throw it. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Koo just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. Here's Sims now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right now we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
They go play action here on 1st down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Odell Beckham. 28 yards as his guys are able to extend their lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff from Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Byrd to return from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Mariota on first down. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. Now Mariota. This one left side caught by Patterson. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Mariota's throw into the hands of Firkser here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. They'll run with Patterson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 3rd and goal. Mariota. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons get a late score here, the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. There he goes, left side. He's at the 30, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Tariq Cohen as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Bird to return from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the third time. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. How about the safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick, swooping in for the sack. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Mariota. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers will take over here just shy of the 30. Yes, folks, that is his third interception. And I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today,
pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Arnold Ebiketie in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. On play action, they'll throw. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Arnold Ebiketie able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, here's Mariota. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. To the air again, Mariota. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Escaping the pressure right. And now here is another interception. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Lorenzo Carter charges in there hard and drops him for a loss of 12 from that outside linebacker position. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw here. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Credit that sack to D'Angelo Malone.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And it's fielded at the 34. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Falcon football. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's another 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open, just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Mariota's throw here into the hands of Jones. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Desperation time. Mariota on 4th down. Flush to his right. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! Donovan Peoples-Jones. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here's Sims now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points. Now he's stripped. He lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. but they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it, and that's exactly what they did.
Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Mariota. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Mariota. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They'll roll him out right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Give to Patterson, running to the right. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
From the 16, Mariota. Throw left side, there's London. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. To throw is Mariota. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Touchdown, Falcons. Damiere Byrd, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And here's Freiermuth again. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Troy Anderson in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Back to throw. He'll let it fly for Austin. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mariota. That's caught by Pitts. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A right side run with Patterson. We'll get this up to about the 44.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mariota. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to the ground now. Patterson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Now Mariota. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Here's Sims now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Into the hands of Beckham. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
What a thrilling fourth quarter this one was. Well, at least I guess if you're cheering for the winning side, an outstanding comeback, though, that saw them completely take control and change the outcome of this game.